here.
Fuck. God. No. All right, hey everybody, this is episode 5 of PTOM Theater. I'm Scott Butterworth, and I'm here with self-proclaimed Hootie and the Blowfish fan,
Ryan Taljonick.
And this week we're here to bring you our favorite PSN games from this past summer. Number 1 being Outland.
Outland, the game where you turn magical colors to avoid bad things.
Yay! Woo. That was an excellent description. I think we can stop the clip right there.
Yeah,
no, it sort of borrows Ikaruga's famous polarity switching mechanic, where you basically can swap colors on the fly to absorb materials of that color or attack enemies of the opposite color, and the same thing applies to platforms. So basically the whole game is just applying this really clever but simple mechanic in really different and interesting ways to force you to find your way through the environment.
And don't let this playthrough fool you. This game is actually really damn hard, especially at the end. That boss, the last boss, took me a solid like 2.5 hours to beat.
It turns into like a serious bullet hell shooter. I don't know if there are any shmup fans out there who play these kind of games where it's just, waves of projectiles, but that's kind of what it turns into. It's crazy.
Yep. And then Section 8 Prejudice, I reviewed this game not too long ago. You drop from an orbital ship like 15,000 feet above the planet's surface every time you enter the battlefield.
Yeah, that's the respawn system. That, just to give you an idea of how badass this game is.
And you can land on the heads of people and murder them that
Crushing
way.
them instantly.
It's
a lot like
cool.
real life.
Yeah.
But the really impressive thing about this game is that it doesn't feel like a $15 downloadable title. The mechanics are super solid.
Jetpacks.
The amount of content, it's mechs and jetpacks
and when you
turrets.
When you sprint too, after a sustained sprinting, you just like freaking take off. You get like super fast to get across the map.
Basically, the developers didn't hold back at all. It's like, well, what's every badass thing we can put in a game? Let's do it, yay! And the result is this game that really doesn't feel like a $15 experience. It feels like a full online multiplayer game that you would, pay even, $60 for.
And the RTS elements, the slight elements like that they've got in the game work really well. It's really a blast.
Yeah, they keep everything really
Bash
simple, really fun.
In with mechs.
It's just like we said. It's just a super over the top badass shooter experience. It's definitely worth the $15 you'll pay to play with your friends.
Similarly, Limbo, which is super dark.
This is the opposite. Literally the opposite end of the spectrum. We have Limbo.
It's quite similar. Look at all the mechs.
Yes, it's true. So many jetpacks. Obviously this is a very different game. It's a very artfully done black and white experience. It's a trial by error platformer where
it's got plenty of ways in which your small child can die.
Yeah, you're gonna die a lot.
Beheaded, drowned, impaled by spikes,
eaten by a bear trap, like we just saw. But despite the gruesome ways in which you die, it's a very beautiful and moving game. It's a really unique experience that most other games can't quite compare to. I mean, just the level of atmosphere that the game manages to create, the level of creativity in the puzzles. I mean, we were talking about this before. The mechanics are very simple. I think there's only a jump button and a grab button. I think that's all that exists in the game. But as you just saw, the environment will throw all kinds of hazards at you, and you have to learn to react in all these different ways.
And then Street Fighter 3...
Third Strike Online.
Complicated name.
Yeah, it's not as bad as what was it? Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix. I think
that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, not as bad as that. But this Third Strike is a really excellent fighting game. Kind of inaccessible in that it's really
especially for people
hard.
like me who suck at fighting games. I quit playing fighting games when my dad watched me one time. I lost, and the disappointment in his eyes, I just couldn't play them ever again.
So that was different from other days.
Well, that's also why I quit Little League Baseball, to be honest.
That's why I quit my dad. So, the mechanics are super demanding, but only because they're just really deep, really well thought out. There's a lot of depth in this game. There's a lot to learn, but mastering it, it will take a lifetime, but it can be a very satisfying experience once you go from being absolutely miserable, as I guarantee you will when you start, because this game is really hard. But eventually you'll get better, it will be excellent. It's a really amazingly fun game.
Or you can be like me and always only play Ryu, because he kind of looks like a ninja. Ryu. Oh my god, all the Street Fighter fans are gonna murder me.
Dude,
I know.
Bro.
Christ.
Okay, well that basically sums it up. Those were our favorite PSN games from this past summer. Tune in next week where we're going to have more crazy stuff for you and a really amazing giveaway, so tune in next week for that. If there's anything you guys want us to cover in the future, drop it in the comments, let us know. We'll be sure to try to cover that in our next video.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye!